Okay, so let's take a look at how you can import CSV data into RavenDB. So first thing, what I will do is I will open terminal as admin. Right now, next thing is I will move to the drive where I have RavenDB. Right, as you can see, this is the path where I have RavenDB database, right? So let me check through all of this. Okay, so this is the path. I will cd into it and go there. Right now, the next thing is using this / and then run.ps1. right, this should start the RavenDB. Now once it started, you will also find that it opens one browser instance, so within which you will be able to access RavenDB Studio. Right, so let's wait for it to open that instance. We will have to point the certificate that we set up during the installation. Right now, here you can see already have one of the databases here called Northwind, and I added the default sample data here. Right now, the next thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one database within which we are going to import the CSV file. Right, so the CSV data I have downloaded, and for that I have used this food demand prediction dataset. Right, so I got it from Kaggle, and it has these rows, right, and these columns: checkout price, base price. Right, so these are the columns, and all of these rows have their values. Right now, the thing is I will have to go back to the studio. Right, here I can go to databases, right, and then I will have to click on new database. Here, as you can see, I don't want any replication or encryption. The path will be set by the RavenDB itself. So what I will do is I will simply use food data as the name of the database. Right, now I will hit create. It will create one database which you can access. Okay, so let it finish the processing. As you can see, the path is also there: RavenDB server, then Raven data, and then food data. Right, simply select it. Currently, as you can see, it has no documents within this, no collection, no document. So we'll go to tasks. Right, here we have options to import the data. Right, and as you can see, there are multiple options. So .raven dump, then RavenDB server, CSV file, SQL, and from NoSQL. Right, so we don't have to look for any other option for now and stick with CSV file. Now here, as you can see, we have to point to a file. As you can see, I downloaded the Kaggle dataset, so already shown you the data it contains. Right, and view it in compact mode: ID, meal ID, checkout, base price, then num orders. Right, so this is basically food demand CSV file that I'm uploading here in RavenDB. Here it says fields delimiter is comma, text qualifier, double quote, and white space, no trimming. Right, you can allow comments, but I'm not going to do that. Let's import the collection. As you can see, it has managed to read 2000, close to 2000 rows, 1999, 0 skip, 0 errors, and we got the data imported. So we can close this dialog box. Now if we return to our database, and then here you can see food demand is the new collection. So any file name that you have will be the collection name, right? Now we will see through the data if it's imported properly. Now before that, we can take a look at the ID that we have, right? So here you can see the food demands collection have its own name as ID, and the rest of the numbers are auto generated. Now inside that, what we have here is we have another ID. Let's see if it matches with the ID of our food demand, right? So if we check here, we have different data, right? So if we check center ID, we have center ID, then meal ID, right? Center ID, meal ID. So ID and week, these are different from the columns that we have within our database. So center ID, meal ID, checkout price, base price, then email, homepage, and num orders. So these are some of the fields that we have in JSON format for our database, right? Now the thing is, like this, we have around 1999 entries within our collection. So that many documents you can even view next to the collection. You can edit this, you can add, remove, change the value, even delete that particular document, right? So that should immediately reflect here. Now there is also one more thing, is whenever you click the collection, it will show you the SQL like view where you have this ID which is auto generated, this ID, and then week, right? Then there are center ID, mail ID, checkout, and base. So this is part of your database as well. So here a display option that you get to choose what to show. Let's say if you choose to remove these two and go to these options, right? So let's say if I don't want to see that and want to see only the database related view, I can do so, right? So only the data from the document is now here to view, right? If you want all the system generated as well as the imported data view, you can see that in the document as well, right? So here you can see the center ID, meal ID, checkout price, base price, then email for protect promotion, then homepage featured, then num orders. So this is what you can see here, right? Now the thing is, we can apply the old details again and it will look something like this, right? Now you can even generate the query from food demands. You can pick and choose which column to view and hit enter, and that will be shown in results just like you do with your MySQL, Postgres type of SQL databases, right? Now another thing is we can go back from there, database, put data, then we also have options, right, for our collection where we can export this as CSV. So we already got this into our NoSQL database. We can process it and then export it back again as CSV. So I will cover that part of export later as well, but get the idea from where you can export your collection that you created through import of CSV file. Just like import, export to CSV is also supported. So you may want to check this export to CSV option as well. Right, now the thing is, these all of the rows that we uploaded, we can now query them, and we can also do the CRUD operation like create, read, update and delete, all of that within our collection. Right, so this is how you import CSV data into RavenDB Studio. So if you happen to check different type of data set and wish to import here, you can experiment with that as well.